Was fantastic. Had a good time. I just dropped my girl off. Had to drive back to my job site. I left my little. This is my little like shaving kit, and it has all kinds of stuff in it. And although I don't really take a lot of medicine, I do have COPD, and I have this one inhaler that I have to carry with me that I haven't used in over a month. But I didn't like the fact that I left it at a job site, so I stopped back by and grabbed it. Oh, my phone is over here. It's still on. So tomorrow, it soon will be tomorrow. I'm getting up early, so I'm going to go straight home and probably go right to bed. It says I'm going to get home at 9, and if let's see, 9 to 5 is 8 hours. So let's say 9, I'll be asleep by 9:30. I get up at 5:30. I could pretty much leave at 6 and be at work at 7, which is good because that's when I can start. I can start hammering and stuff. And that's what I'm going to have to do. I have probably 2 hours worth of work that I can work before anybody else shows up, because they're going to want to work in the bathroom. Wow, that was all. He wasn't sure which way he was going, I guess, on the freeway. And he did not want to get over for me. Oh. So back to Newport Beach, get on the boat. Half an hour, I better be in bed and asleep. Wake up at 5:30. Be off the boat by 6:30. Be at the job by 7 and start working. Hammer, hammer, hammer. That's the whole reason. You're not really supposed to work on Sunday in a homeowner association. You probably have it in the rule books. And I was kind of cheating on that by just doing indoor stuff. And as soon as I found out that I was going to be hammering, I just called the realtor and go, "Hey, I know you paid me for today. I'm going to go ahead and leave and come back early in the morning and just knock the rest of this stuff out." Hi, I see you're chatting with me. Thank you for saying hi. Love you guys, but I can't read and drive at the same time, so I'm going to continue looking down the road. Yeah, I pretty much finished everything. What I just didn't nail the new stuff in. That's all. Come on. Oh my gosh, I can't. Wow. I'm just driving. I wasn't using my cruise control or anything. I looked down and I was almost 10 miles an hour over the speed limit. I know that's not a lot to some people, but I don't. It's not that I don't speed, because it's just like a big FU to the gas, petroleum companies. What they're charging us out here in California is criminal. We'll see, but better. But the last president was in. He really messed things up with the petroleum companies. He hit them hard with EPA requirements, which made all the petroleum companies have to spend billions and billions and billions with a B on their petroleum manufacturing process. They had to pass that down somehow, and they passed it right down to everybody who drives. And the hardest hit were the truck drivers. And when you hit the truck drivers, transporting costs more. So commodities cost more because it costs more to transport them. And it just drove up inflation. I am literally making more money than I ever did in my entire life right now. And I'm making less money than I did even 20 years ago. Now, let me tell you, 20 years ago in 2004, in 2004, I think I was charging $65 an hour. And I'm charging $125 an hour, and I'm making less than. I'm almost charging double of what I made 20 years ago. A complete 100% market. I guess that would be it, yeah. Inflation was that bad that I'm actually making less. I should look up what the equivalent of $65 an hour was in 2004. I should look it up and see what should I be charging now. I remember 1999, only 5 years before I was charging $65 an hour, I was charging $35 an hour. I thought that was a lot of money, and here's how I figured it. In the 1990s, I was running a limo service, and I was charging $35 an hour for my cars. And it went up there. And some of them I was charging $60 an hour. Maybe even $70. Yeah, $69 an hour for my Rolls Royce. And I was making money. Now remember, I was doing this for another gentleman. I was the manager. But in that limo service that I ran, I'm charging people. And so, when I started my own business of installing home theater equipment, I chose $35 an hour because I thought it was a fair rate. I said, look at this, I'm getting the same as what I would have got for a town car just a couple years earlier. And it's just me wiring up stereo equipment. How cool was that for me? And then in, I think it was in 2001. No, it was 2001 or 2002. I think it was 2001. I put a home theater together for a wealthy doctor up in the hills. And I came in and gave him a quote. And I said I would charge him $1,500. He had all the equipment, install the projector, wire up all the speakers, install the speakers in the wall, wire up his thing. And I said, $1,500. I thought it was a fair deal. He called another guy. That guy said he's going to charge him $2,500. What that doctor didn't know is that guy knew me. And he called me up and he goes, hey, Walt, I just did a bid on this job. I really don't have time to do it. Could you do it? I go, where is it at? And he told me the address. I go, yeah, I actually know the equipment. I know the job. He had me quoted. He said, well, what would you do the job for? I go, $1,500. He goes, deal. Be there, whatever. And I was like, perfect. That doctor walked in that house and saw me installing the equipment. He goes, what are you doing in here? I go, I'm working for Bill. And he must have shit a brick because he could have had me for $1,500 and that guy was charging me $2,500. But he was the guy who said, you're only charging $35 an hour. You're whoring yourself out. And I was like, really? He goes, well, what should I be charging? He goes, $75 an hour. He goes, don't whore yourself out. You're really good. I had already taken a home theater boot camp program that was held by at an audio video convention in Long Beach. It was up in Long Beach. And that home theater boot camp, let me tell you, it taught me a lot. Then I took Home Acoustic Alliance, and then I took THX Level 1 training, and then I took THX Level 2 training. And it was funny, in 2004, somebody asked me, or not 2004, excuse me, 2001. Again, the same year I did that doctor's, another guy asked me to do another theater in Fullerton. It was a beautiful electric drop-down screen, and I installed everything and did everything. And he asked me for my contractor's license, and I go, what? And that's when I looked it up, and I'm required to have a C7 contractor's license. And that was a crazy thing. I didn't know you had to have it. So I did that job, literally took the money, and made $1,500 from that job, and dropped it on a school. Went in and just dropped it on contractor's license school in Garden Grove. And I went to the first day of class. I was excited to be there. Everybody was excited to be there. Everybody in that class. And the instructor said, first thing I'd like to do is everybody go around, tell me your name and what you do for a living, what you're going to do. Everybody in that class said, hi, I'm Joe. I'm an alarm installer. Hi, I'm James. I'm an alarm installer. Hi, I'm Adams. I'm an alarm installer. They got to me and I go, hi, I'm Walter. I install home audio video. You needed the C7 contractor's license. After the class, the instructor, Walter, everybody's walking out the door, everybody's leaving, and he goes, Walter, come in. You don't need a C7 contractor's license. I go, I was told I did. He goes, no, you need a C10. And I just looked at him with my eyes bright like this, going, that's an electrical contractor's license. I don't know anything about electrical. Well, I knew basic, but I didn't know anything like I was supposed to. He goes, that's what you need. I go, when you install a plasma TV, who does the electrical? I go, well, I have to hire an electrician. Usually charges me $250 to put an outlet on it. When you like to make that $250? I go, yeah. And he goes, you need a C10. And I'm just thinking, oh man, he's just upselling me. It's going to be a fortune more. Then he goes, it costs no difference. It costs the same amount for the training, and it's the same amount to get your, when you take the test with the state, the same bond, the same insurance. Paperwork at the front office. And I was like, oh, okay. Changed my paperwork, and I had to start taking the other classes, which was neat. I was learning about electrical, and they let you take a practice test. And I took that practice test like 7 times. I passed that practice test every time. And I know it was 7 times because they said they had 7 tests. And the questions that were going to be on the test were they had all the questions. And you randomly did a practice test. And if you do all 7, because you'll have every question they ask on the test. I don't know how the state knows this, but the state must have set somebody through the class, because every question on that test wasn't on this test. I went to the state test, and they made you like sign up for 3 weeks or three months or whatever ahead of time, and you have to go to the college. I went to Orange Coast College to take the test, and they gave me the test, and I was like, oh my God, this is nothing. I aced those practice tests at the college, at my school where I was taking my contractor's license school. And Now I'm taking the real test, and it's nothing like it. I swear I knew I failed. And I had to put up a $300 for my bond. I forget how big the bond. I think the bond was $30,000, and you had to pay $300 for this company to put up your bond. And and get my insurance started. They make you have to be insured to take the test. You're not a contractor. You're not a licensed contractor. You're not allowed to do any electrical work until you get your license. But they make you have insurance to take the contractor's license test. It was the most, what? Okay. So you do it. I swear, because I think it was $2,500 to get my insurance started and the bond, whatever. It was like $2,500. And I'm just like, I just paid for contractor school. I just paid for the bond. I paid for the thing, and I totally failed my test. This is so stupid. I go, I'm not going to take the test again. I'm just done. I'm done with it. I'll just work illegal. I'll work under the table. I don't know what I'm going to do. And they don't tell you when you end the test. Like the end of our test at the school, we could just take it over and they can check it and tell you, oh, you did good. Oh, you did bad. Oh, you do a little better over here. You missed this question here. You know, they don't tell you that. You just turn it in and then you walk out and then you go home and you sweat for I think 6 weeks or something like that. And no phone call, no nothing, just a letter comes in the mail. And I got that letter. And I swear I aged 6 months holding that letter, trying to open it. It was so devastating. I didn't want to read it. And I opened it up, and I had passed, and I had my little credit card size little copy of my license. I think, I'm like, what the hell? That was the stupidest I could ever see my state, because they thought I could go out and wire up somebody's house. I couldn't. At that time, I could not wire up anyone's house. It would have just been insane. It would have been bad. I could not do it. That would have been bad. But I learned, and how I learned is I just did my audio video, drilling holes through studs, pulling speaker wire. I'd pull power and put an outlet in behind a plasma TV. I would charge for it. And I was like, okay, I got a contractor's license. But it wasn't until one day an electrician died on a job where it was a big job. And the general contractor called me into his office. And I'm just thinking, what in the hell did I do on this job site that got the general contractor calling me into the office? And he just called me in. He goes, hey, you know that the general contractor died. And I know I have your copy of your license, your insurance, blah, blah, blah. I know you have a C10. Yes, sir. Would you be willing to re-pull all the permits for this job, and we'll give you such amount of money? It wasn't a nice amount of money. It was in the tens of thousands. And I was like, sure. Can I talk to the journeyman that worked for the other guy? Because he's going to finish the work. He already told me that. He had told me that the journeyman who worked for the other company would finish doing the work. I wouldn't have to do anything. I just have to pull the permits. But now everything's going to be on my license. And so I literally had to go and talk to this guy and go, hey, I don't know anything about electrical. I got my license to become an audio video technician. And he goes, no problem, Walt. I'll show you. And this was a big project. It was a very big project. We were on that project for 6 months. And he showed me. I learned more about electrical from him on that project than if you took all the electrical knowledge I knew, it fit in my pinky at that time. And by the time we were done with that project, I could actually do some crazy stuff. I wasn't afraid to put a panel. In fact, he came over to my house because Christmas had happened over that period, and we put a new panel in my house because I blew out my panel putting up Christmas lights the year before. I blew out all the circuits. I had so much bad with that thing. And he helped me. We put in a much bigger circuit and ran some new outlets and rewired my washer and dryer. Everything. We did everything. That was fun. I learned a lot from him. He was a good guy. He was a good guy. Oh, sorry about that. I wasn't reading his birthday shout out for Nick Hare. Okay, well, Chris, we'll send a birthday shout out. Hello from wherever that is. Chechnya. Don't even know. Hello. What are you talking about here? I'm talking about my contractor's license when I first got it. 25 years ago almost. Almost 24, 25. Yeah. Back in 2001. That was crazy time back then. Anyways, I'm back at my boat. I'm going to go down to my boat and jump on board and see what is going on. I got to get to sleep. I want to try to be asleep by 9:30 because I'm going to have my alarm go off at 5:30. I'm going to try to be off my boat by 6:30, and I'm going to try to be at my job by 7 a.m. because the towel guy is going to be in the bathroom. I have to rewire some outlets in the bathroom. And if I'm not in there before he gets there, I can't work in there. And I'm going to disconnect the lighting and re-put it back together for him. So that's what I'm going to do. Yay me. Look at this. I already got my drinks in here for tomorrow. And I'll just leave them set right here. They will stay nice and cold throughout the night. Oh, look at this. This was nice. I had a nice day. I hope you guys had a nice day too. Where are you from? You're from Australia? Australia. Is that Austria? Wait, Austria or Australia? I can't. My glasses are so messed up. I can't even read anymore. What are you talking about? And your name is Arzera. Ugh, I'm sorry. I'm just picking up everybody's name really bad. Potentially inappropriate messages are held in review. Got it. Yeah, I'm trying to, yeah. Oh, there you go. Gives me his flag so I can know. Oh, okay. Oh, well, I'm going to go ahead. You guys want to see? Here, I'm going to just show you my boat. I'll just show you my boat. Hang on. Hang on. That's going to show you. See, I'm downtown. Well, I live on the peninsula in Newport Beach. So that's where I live. Hang on. Let me put it back on me. Let's walk over to my boat. I already got my truck all ready and locked up. I got both phones. I don't need to take my drink. I'll put that down here. Oh, we're good. We're golden. Ah. If you know my channel, you know I got a Lamborghini Aventador. Oh, that's right. We don't have anything in the... Oh, I forgot we got a new code for the gate. Good night, truck. Yeah. That's my favorite place to park my truck because the garage is too low. I can't fit in here. It's my neighbor's car parks in here whenever because I can't park in here. The van fits though. But I got this different thing in it altogether. Almost to the boat. Almost to the boat. Ah, it's gotten dark in here. Here we go. Almost to the boat. Boom, boom. There's my boat. There's my boat. Oh, the kids are fishing this late? Wow. Oh, that, I guess, yeah. Maybe they're out of school. Newport? Oh, that's somebody watching TV. I thought I heard kids. Oh! You put a TV on the patio?
Yeah.
You didn't have me do it?
The guy who was here before us left it.
Oh, I never knew it was there. I heard the kids, and I'm like, are the kids fishing on the pier? You know, because they would do that during the summer. I go, They should be back in school. Oh, you got your Christmas lights up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna maybe on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, Nico's coming back on Thursday, so Thursday night.
Yeah, we'll pull out of the garage.
All right, and then oh, you changed it from Trump to. Is that your? That's your school, huh? What?
My alma mater.
There you go. Yeah, you got to represent.
Yeah, I second through the flag.
Oh, you got a Christmas flag coming up?
No.
There you might have to. Might have to get. I might have to light it up for you.
Yeah.
There you
I'm
go.
excited to see his lights when he gets going down there.
Well, no, that's me. I pay for it. It's me. It's on my dime.
You?
Yeah, it's going to be on my dime. I already figured it out. I need 400 foot of light, and I can get 400 foot of white light for about $62 plus tax.
Right on.
And then I'm going to do the railing, and probably the shape of the main deck.
Beautiful.
So, that'll be that. And I was thinking about one Christmas tree, maybe putting it on the upper deck.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And Rex said he was going to sponsor. Yeah, but I think that'll look cool. The tree and then the white lights. That'll look cool. Yeah, that'll be great. I'm gonna go. I got to get up early. I have to be at work at 7 a.m. I got this electrical job. I was trying to finish it up today, but you're not supposed to work in the HOA on Sundays, and I was sneaking in there.
Yeah.
And then I had to hammer down, do some hammering to just put those little tacks over the Romex.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to get in trouble if I start hammering.
Right.
Well, they're condos. You can't. It wasn't right. I got to go back in there early because the towel guys are going to work in the bathroom, and they start at 9 o'clock. So I'll have 2 hours in the morning that I can work, and I can hammer all I want, and no one can complain. Because from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. you're allowed to work. So
right.
I got to be there.
All right. Right.
Yeah. Huge. Like so. This is very nice. Don't know why that one is a different. Okay, this happens all the time when I come walking on the boat. It drops the internet all the time. This is the main salon. I don't know why I called it a lobby. Main salon. Yeah, and I got these blue lights. I like the blue lights. Here's the dining. That's the dining. There's my chart table. Here's all my instruments. Yep, internet is bad. Yeah, I know it is. Oh, and I need to get bulbs for that. I can't even light up my wheelhouse right now. All my lights are dead. I can do this. There, my gauges are lit up. Is my compass, the red thing up at the front. But you can see, I have a tachometer on this side. It's not lighting up. This one's not lighting up. This is my alternator, my 24-volt alternator. It's not lighting up. My oil pressure on my port motor is not lighting up. It's just like whack, whack, whack. I'm just getting whacked. And I got my radar. There's my GPS. Wait. I can turn those on. I can turn those on. No, I don't want to turn the wipers on. GPS. Yeah. I can't see anything for anything. GPS. Track vision, that's the spotlight. Autopilot. And depth and finder. Okay, there you go. So now, that's my GPS. There's my depth finder, wind direction, weather station. Yeah, I know you can't hardly but see this. Let's see. There's my, and there's my autopilot. Oh, oh, my radios are up here. I have two VHF radios, one here, one here. So I can always listen to channel 16, and I can always be in a different channel. And that sound is my satellite. I turned it on. I don't know why, but you listen, and it's trying to find the satellite at the moment. Since 2013, this boat. All right, I'm gonna go turn that off. Boom, boom, boom. Everything's back off. Turn this off. And turn off what? There we go. Oh, here's the forward salon with the TV. So this is our like little theater room. And over here's the galley. There's the galley. And I have it like all on display. I like the way it looks pretty. Oh, let's go see the engine. Walk through here to, where is it? Engine. Come on. Engine room. Engine room. Engine room. Turn on lights. 4,950, no wait. 49,500 lumens of light in here. Each one of these lights are 4,500 lumens. And I have 11 of them. Do the math. These are Detroit 1271s. That means they're 12 cylinder, 71 cubic inch per cylinders. And see, look at these big giant turbos. I got two on each motor. So you one turbo for the left bank, one turbo for the right bank. This is the port motor. Then it pulls water up through this pipe. That is the water pump. So it pulls the water up from down. It goes through a through hole, and it pulls the water up, comes up through. Ooh, look, that's not good. I don't like the looks of that. Must clean. Must clean. Probably even have somebody take a look at that. But comes up through that, goes through this. These are intercoolers. So fresh, cool seawater goes through these, pushes the air through that, cooling it, and then it goes through the supercharger. So yes, it's turbo over supercharger into 1271. These are 2 cycles with valves. That part I don't know exactly how it works, but I know that it works really good. This is my what is that thing called? Governor. This is my governor, and it watches the speed of the motor, won't let it go over so much, and will throttle down the fuel injectors if it tries to run away. This is my heat exchanger. So seawater comes out of the heat exchange, or the my intercoolers, then goes through here to the heat exchanger, and so antifreeze runs through the motor. Seawater goes through this. Then it goes back out here. This is the water out. You can see it goes down this pipe, goes down, boom, 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 goes over there, goes in. That injects the water into the exhaust. As you can see, that's my exhaust. This is called an expansion chamber. This allows the turbo to spool up a lot better than just allowing this to go straight into a regular pipe. So what happens is the exhaust is expanding, spinning the turbo, spinning this turbine, compressing air and throwing it through this tube and into the engine. By this big giant expansion chamber being here, the turbine can spool harder and faster, and then have this spool harder and faster. This was all built by this very insanely excellent racing guy. His name was Chuck Day. That's how you spell his name. Daigh. Chuck Day. You can look him up. And there you can see that it is a 1271 T1. I wonder what the T1 means. Probably turbo. But it's turbo over super. This is a supercharger. And you can see they're crank driven. They're driven right from the crank. And then passes through here to the second one. So each one of these feeds 6 cylinders. 3 on the left, 3 on the right, 3 on the left, 3 on the right. Really cool motors. And they're really loud. Oh, this is my fuel management system here. And if you look, I got one for the port, one for the starboard. The starboard has more things on it because it also does the genset. So my generator. This is my genset. This so I can start my generator, and then I can go from shore power to generator power. And then I can even select either port or starboard shore power. So I can go either or. I also have to have this big giant transformer on here. And this thing here keeps my boat safe against ground fault interruptions. Because we have ground fault interrupters on my shore power supply breakers. So this protects me. And then over here, you'll see I have, these are my holding tanks. This is my fresh water. It says they're half. Oh, I better fill those up. I like to keep those up as much as I can. This is my 12 volt engine lights. This is my high voltage engine lights. This is my flashlight, which is missing. And now I have to go find it. Engine safety alarm systems. Gauge distribution panels. I like how it says this one is unused. And it goes up to the engine so that I can actually wire into this if I ever need to, and have a second set of gauges going up. At one point, we want to put a fly bridge. That's a bridge up higher than our real bridge. Isn't that spring rusty? All right. Yeah, that spring was rusty. This is my 12 volt charger. It charges the house batteries and the genset batteries. And it also powers all the 12 volt systems across the boat. Because there's 12 volt lighting, like all my lights on the boat and everything, it charges the batteries for that. And this is my 24 volt charging system. And this charges the batteries banks that start the motors. And then I have another one of these up in the bow that charges my bow thruster. These are part of the fuel management system. Those are my fuel filters, and they are for my port motor. They're Raycor 1000s, and they're really good, and I have 2 per motor. I have 2 for the port, 2 for the starboard, one smaller 500 for the genset. Those are my batteries for the starboard motor. That's my little battery there for my genset. That's the starter motor for the genset. Then I have 2 house batteries. This is the power cable. This just goes out here, and I plug it in here, and I charge my little electric tender. I have a little electric tender behind the boat. And then those are my port motor starter batteries. This is my staircase that I can take with me, and I can put on the side of the boat when I'm at a different dock, because obviously I don't take my gangway with me. You didn't even notice that probably when we walked up on the boat, but I have a gangway to get on the boat. But let's see. See my little electric boat. It's out back. I'll turn the lights up on the back. I keep them down some So I can see. So this one, there it is. Turned them up, nice and bright. And that's our little electric boat. That's the gangway I was talking about. So obviously I don't just load that on the boat when I go to another place. That's why. I hear something going bloop, bloop down there. Huh. Anyway. So there's that. Look at this guy's boat. He has a nice boat next door. But right up there, Starlink. He has internet on his boat, even when he's at sea. Now, those will only grab internet at 9 knots or lower. If you're over 9 knots, it can't get internet. I don't know why it's limited to 9, but that's what they tell you. And now I got to decide what I want to get. So, but whatever, it's $150 a month. Oh, look at there. Look at this boat out here. Got a little bit of Christmas lights going on his bow. But this is the view I get to deal with. Yay, guys. Been a little night cruise. Your boat looked small from the outside, but from the inside it was huge. Oh yeah, I didn't even show you everything on the boat. Hang on, I'm gonna go back here. Oh, from the how does it look small? Look at this thing. There. Is it? There's my radar up there. I got an upper deck. I didn't even show you guys the upper deck. Let's go to the upper deck. It used to be a helicopter. See, helipad up this way. But yeah, we used to have a helicopter. A Bell 47 helicopter. And we sold it, and now we had seating put in. I don't know if I can, let's see if I can do this. So there's the seating we put in. And look, we've got a nice sun bed up here. There's my antenna tower, my radar. And now look out it over the bay. Look at that. This is the view. I'm forced to look at this every morning. And this is horrible having to look at all this. Obviously, I'm being facetious. Oh, look. That boat's turning around over there. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. Did I get it? No? Is that... Wait, where? There it is. It's turning around. See, he's going into dock it. See, that's a real captain. You know how I can tell he's going in so slow, it's boring to watch. But that's the safe way to put your boat into a slip. If you go nice and slow and it's boring to watch, you're doing it right. So there's that. Look at what they did to the bridge over here. It's so pretty. There you go. Look at that. Well, let's zoom a little bit in there. They put all the lights up on the bridge. So I'm going to have to put some, no, West Coast, buddy. We're in Newport Beach, California. Oh, look at this. I didn't even notice this. But there's a sailboat out here in the anchorage. See, he has his light on up here. That little light. Hey, I'm crushing your light. I'm crushing your light. That's to tell people that he's anchored there. He leaves that light on. I have one here on my boat. Here, if I swing around and I show you, that's what this little light right there is. I'm cover my finger over it. That's my anchor light. And if I'm at anchor, I have to keep that light lit all night long. Oh, let's see. Have they gotten into the dock yet? Nope. But they're going in. He's getting it all ready. Good captain right there. Look at him taking his boat in. Almost in. Almost in. Good job, Captain. Oh, I didn't have to save up. I like that question. Oh, okay. It's time to go downstairs. Let's. I'm going down. Oh, don't, don't fall. Don't fall. Oh, all right. Ah, boat after boat after boat. Started with a 35 footer in what 97 footer to a 44 footer. Then 2010, but went from the 44 footer to the 55 footer. From the 55 footer onto this. Uh, this boat is 85 foot. This is what it used to look like. Now this is a different boat. This isn't my boat, but this was a air sea rescue boat. This was P550, and this is what they did to save this boat, and in restoring it. This was just, and that's what that. This is what this boat looked like when it was built in 1943. This was some event at the Long Beach Yacht Club back in 2005. And you can see it's all how it was built for World War II. And this was called an air sea rescue boat. And it would rescue the downed pilots. And it was very fast. This boat could do 50 miles an hour when it was in this configuration. Obviously, it can't go that fast now because it has the superstructure. Oh, look. These are all the guys that helped fix the boat up. That was the original crew. Where's Jerry? I don't see. There's Jerry. There's Jerry. Let's see. Same picture. Anyways, this has a bunch of stuff and history and stories about it. That's a different crash boat. That's the British version of one. This is what this boat looked like back in the day. Straight down view. It's kind of cool looking. Everything. Anyways, stuff. I keep this out here because it's neat. Here's a nice view of it. This is what it looked like back in the day. That's an actual picture from World War II. And that's what the boat looked like. And there's even a picture of it going fast. This is when it was up to speed. Look at that. There you go. See that? And it could get out to a pilot by going over 50 knots to the pilot. This boat still has the fuel capacity that it had back then. But there are 4 tanks on this boat, 4 port and 4 starboard. So there's 8 tanks total. I'm sorry that I'm in the like that is crazy. There's 8 tanks on this boat, and those 8 tanks. Find a place to put the camera. 4 are plumbed to the motors, so I can still hold 2,000 gallons of fuel on this boat, and I also have 2 tanks that I can transfer fuel to and from. So there's 6 tanks on here, which is 3,000 gallons of fuel now that I can run on this boat. Wow. Look at the lines going. You don't see them here, but it is obviously because these lights are they're LED and they're blinking. And they're making that line go by. Oh, I'm gonna have to go somewhere else. So let's go. But anyways, this boat. So the internet is so bad. If I walk, yeah, let's start a party tomorrow. How long did you think it? No, didn't have to. Is that a former? Yes, it was a former military rescue boat. You look like John. Pretty cool. But I don't look like this guy. Do I look like? Love you. Thank you all for being here. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'm Captain. Well, I'm signing out.